I've spent dozens of hours playing Assassin's Creed Shadows ahead of its launch, and trust me when I say that this game is massive. Set in feudal Japan, it's packed with new mechanics, hidden details you want to know about, and game-changing strategies, which I'm gonna break down today in this ultimate 15 plus essential tips and tricks you want to know to master your journey from the start. Let's get straight down to business. Let's start off with what I think is one of the most beautiful additions to the Assassin's Creed series. Also a very important one, as right now you can experience the change of seasons. This is actually tied to a very important system, so you want to get the most out of this. After you've unlocked your hideout and built the Kakurega, you will gain access to scouts, which you can use to explore the world and also tag resources to bring back to your base. On the world map in the bottom left, you can see your available scout points for said season, which you want to distribute during this time for both tagging resources and scouting, while in the top right of the screen we have our season clock. The season will automatically change after some playtime, while if you've already spent enough time in a certain season, you can also manually do this. In any way, before the seasonal shift, it's very important you distribute all your scout points and bring as many resources back to your base as possible, as this is going to make your life so much easier in terms of upgrading your hideout with new buildings and of course also maximizing your gear. And guys, trust me when I say that a maxed out hideout from the beginning will literally be life-changing in terms of farming resources, upgrading your gear, etc. I cover this in a full guide, which you can find in the top right of the screen, but let me quickly go over the most important things you want to know about it. Max out your stables and study ASAP. With the stables, you can halve the cost of tagging resources, have plus 20% bonus on level 3, while with a maxed out study, you can have 6 scouts, which means right now you can tag 6 different resources, literally triple the amount of resources you find. Upgrade these 2 buildings first and all the rest is going to be a walk in the park. Resources are going to come in like crazy, which can be done from the very beginning shortly after you've established your base in the Izumi-Setsu region. What I think is an amazing farm spot for resources, by the way, is the Mount Kongo Retreat, only 100 meters north of Mount Kongo, also south of Sakai. This place comes with 3 resource crates, which you can tag without even dealing with the guards. It's only going to take a couple seconds, and the best thing about it is that these will reset every season. Another great spot for the early game would be the Amagasaki town. Right here we have the Amagasaki Kakurega. This quick travel is only 50 meters away from the lumber aisle. It also comes with a port trader where you can purchase even more resources if you want to. But yes, these will allow you to have an infinite supply of resources to do whatever you like. Now, it's also important to focus on your forge. Unlock and upgrade this one to the maximum ASAP, as with it you can not only salvage and upgrade gear, but also add engravings to it. On level 3, you can upgrade gear up to level 60 and use legendary engravings you find during your adventure, which basically makes your character a whole lot more powerful. So if you feel like missions are becoming a little bit more difficult when entering new regions, simply upgrade your gear to the level you are on and life is going to be a whole lot easier. If you enjoyed the guide so far, it would be amazing if you could spare 1 second of your time, hit that like button, which helps out a ton. Speaking of which, helping is knowing. When you aid people of Japan, you can uncover knowledge about the world. These can help you to scout new areas for free and also find valuable POIs or points of interest. For example, legendary chest locations. So make sure to keep your eyes open for people in trouble. These are usually found inside encampments, sometimes even chained. After you've dealt with the bad guys, they will give you some knowledge. When I get the option to choose for legendary chests, I always go for that because these obviously come with the best gear in the game. Talking about legendary chests, these can actually be found in different ways. One of them would be to visit your smaller hideouts or kakuregas inside towns. This is where you can pick up contracts to make a nice amount of resources, experience and money, but also browse through opportunities. Sometimes a legendary chest opportunity will pop up, which allows you to locate one of these bad boys pretty easily. These contracts don't seem to always appear, so be sure to visit this place from time to time before the season changes, otherwise you're gonna miss out on precious rewards. There are many more precious things to find in the big world of Japan, like free skins and decorations. I'm sure you guys are gonna love this one, as these can actually be encountered fairly easily. Keep your eyes open inside towns for pets, as these can be approached carefully. And when you pet them, voila, you will unlock them as pets, so you can basically place them inside your town. You can also paint animals, like birds, when you encounter them near the coast. Even though the massive world of Japan sometimes feels a little bit empty, as long as you keep your eyes on the prize, you will find something interesting to unlock for your hideout. Traders inside towns will also give you access to skins, decorations for your base, while all the gear you find, common, rare or legendary, can also be used as cosmetic. Simply hover over the item you want to change, press customize, and voila, this will bring up all the different items you found during your adventures. Less rare variants basically always should be salvaged, but still this gives you access to everything you've unlocked from the very beginning. These poor traders dare to charge a truckload of money for certain unlocks. So of course you want to know what 4M is the money machine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can sell pretty much everything you come across during your adventures. Especially the resource method, which I shared earlier, is going to be awesome for that. But if you want to have a nice money machine, keep your eyes open for Ronins. These samurais without a leader will come with a nice reward after you've taken them down. This is actually super easy to do, I'd say even cheesy. Max out your kunai as quick as possible and you can easily get rid of 3 HP bars, instantly taking out Ronin, which can drop a ton of money and sometimes also some rare equipment. Another great way to farm a truckload of resources, make money, and especially find legendary equipment would be to keep your eyes open for these fort icons in the world. These come with a challenge where you have to defeat all the samurai Daisho. It also gives you a lot of knowledge points, experience, and a specific legendary item, which can be found inside the legendary chest in the same area. After you've taken out all the big guys, of course, this one will be unlockable, and voila, the reward will be yours. You can actually find a ton of different forts in the world of Japan, so be sure to visit every single one of them to unlock unique key items for both characters. Let's quickly get back to Himeji right here, as this specific castle comes with a nice level 26 chest for Yasuke, but also 5 knowledge points, which is a lot. You're gonna need a ton of these to unlock your masteries for both characters to get the most out of your builds. Right now you can see that I still have 12 to distribute, so we can do that accordingly. While at a certain point you're gonna be locked behind all the better upgrades basically, for which you're gonna have to increase your knowledge rank. And this can only be done with the knowledge points you find during your adventures, which are the orange icons you want to complete in the world. Right here we have one with a 1 knowledge point reward with Yasuke, while if we go to the north, Yamashiro, we have a horse archery event with the same reward, and you can also visit these temples, find all the lost pages to achieve the exact same thing. Sometimes you also have to pay respect at shrines, which I think is pretty tedious as you just have to clap and wait basically. But the probably worst of all would be the one with Naue, where you have to press these buttons at the right time. I mean, the first time it's fun, second time it's like meh, and after the third you simply don't want to do it anymore. This is where thankfully we get a gameplay setting. Simply check out playstyle, go to QuickTime events and put it on auto. So you never ever have to do this. You can simply sip your coffee or whatever while the game is doing it for you. For the next tip, I'm gonna do something pretty unusual. Switch to Yasuke when on a quick travel and do a leap of faith, which is, well, gonna crack his back pretty bad. It's pretty funny as this also unlocked an achievement, so there you go if you're interested in hunting for those. Sorry Yasuke, it's for the greater good. All we want to do right now is simply trigger the alarm so we get a wanted level on this character. Oh man, I literally break all the bones in his body with this. Anyways, when we reach a safer place, open the map, we can clear the alert or wanted level in this region by using those scout points. Does cost 2 though, which is pretty expensive. Even easier, what you can do is simply switch to inventory and play as a different character. I never play with this character, but right now, if we open the map, you can see that, yeah, we don't have any wanted level on Naue, but we can still clear the regional alert on Yasuke. This though also automatically happens if the season changes. More about that in the beginning of the video. What's awesome about Assassin's Creed Shadows is that once again we get a massive world map. There is so much to do, so many places to visit, but sometimes it can also take like forever to get from A to B and visit certain POIs. This is when I started using the canals or bigger rivers, as these usually also connect the bigger towns with each other. Take for example a boat from Azuchi and you will easily reach Obama. Do some sailing by the coast and you can from time to time also pick up a Kakurega here and there, without actually having to visit the lands themselves. And that's why I can't stress out enough how important it is to maximize your hideout as quick as possible. When you unlock and upgrade the Kakurega, the nice thing is at level 3 you will get even more of these quick travel locations and their cost will be reduced by 30%. Another great way to quickly explore or find an objective would be to use your tracking tool with scouts. If we open up the world map right now, you can see that we already found this one, but sometimes if they don't pop up, simply toggle the dispatching and you can use one of your points to do the exploration for you. Of course, it's important to fine-tune its location, as otherwise you might end up with one less point without any intel. But as already mentioned in the beginning of this video, scout points are very important in each season, and if you run out of them, well, that's pretty bad. At the same time though, if you want, you can always visit a Kakurega, search for this little pack of bags and interact with it to refill your scout points with 200 gold. Right now we have 6 available once again, which allows us to tag all the resources we will ever need. You can do this as much as you like, or of course as long as you have money for it. Remember the leap of faith we performed earlier with Yasuke, literally breaking all the bones in his body? Yeah, that was pretty painful. Anyways, you're gonna have to do a lot of jumping off roofs in this game, so you want to know how you can limit the damage you take. But unfortunately, Yasuke is not a flipping ninja, so exclusively for Naue, check out her masteries and go for the Shinobi tree. Right here in the right, you will be able to find the Egan roll. When you press your roll right before hitting the ground, it will reduce your fall damage drastically, which allows you to basically jump off any height as high as you like and still gonna make you survive, which I think is an essential mastery to pick up as quick as possible to basically prevent dying like a noob or, well, poor ninja. And last but definitely not least, something I really enjoyed in the previous Assassin's Creed titles, especially Origins, was the exploration of hidden tombs and temples. In Shadows, these are called kofuns, sometimes also just a temple, but they are pretty well hidden in especially forest areas, places around towns. Right here we have a tomb of Nanjo. These come with a truckload of rewards, including a legendary chest at the very end. They can be a real pain sometimes though, so I'm probably gonna make a couple more guides for these. In my opinion, these are pretty easy to find. You just want to know where to look. East of Takatsuki, I found this pretty weird road formation, and when I got closer, voila, a kofun was discovered. These are usually highlighted with question marks. North of Wakasa, I still have one available right here, right in between my Kakurega and Obama. If we zoom in, you can clearly see another interesting formation of paths or roads, which will lead us to another one of these legendary temples. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. 15 plus essentials you want to know to make your life in Shadows a whole lot easier. If you have more tips and tricks for the community, leave them in the comments down below. Questions and video suggestions are welcome right there as well. Hit that like button if you want to support my channel, and of course subscribe for more. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. Good luck on your adventures. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.